Hey guys, welcome to Cigar Church, where our passion for cigars and our love for Jesus come together. And we've got something special today. I'm kind of excited about our episode today. We mentioned it last week in our episode on generosity. We've got one of my good friends, Lynn, sitting right next to us, or sitting right in the midst of us, not right next to us, right in the midst of us. He was the one who was generous with the Rocky Patel 30-year anniversary cigars last week. And we wanted to bring Lynn on so that he could talk here in a little bit about something really big you got going, man. And I'm really excited about this. But before we get into that, gentlemen, what are we smoking today? Do we want to start off on that side of the room?
Sure.
Dan, what are you smoking?
So I have the Warped Cloud Hopper. It is a Corojo and Nicaraguan wrapper with Nicaraguan binder and filler. It's a medium smoke. Just started it. I've never had this before. You know, we talked about sometimes we smoke things that we've had, but I've never actually had one of these. And so far, the Nicaraguan's not disappointing. So,
what are you smoking here, Lynn?
Well, I'm doing a 2020 Juarez Shot 2X. Only about 500 boxes released on this one. It's San Andreas. It's from Crown Head. San Andreas wrapper. It's got a Nicaraguan binder and Dominican Republican filler, and it's just a nice, smooth, full to medium, I guess. And man, it's just good.
Yeah, it's good. And if you want to smoke one of those and you're a VIP member of Cigar Lounge, Cigar Church Lounge, you might just be seeing one of those in December. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Right?
Right.
I'm smoking the One Shot, One Kill from Edgar Hoyle, the Calero Perfecto. Probably said that wrong. But if you haven't had anything from One Shot, One Kill, Edgar Hoyle is one of the best blenders right now in the industry. He does stuff for other companies, a lot of other companies. But man, this is one of my favorite cigars. Very delicious cigar, full body, tons of flavor, just a wonderful smoke. And I haven't smoked one on an episode yet, so I wanted to bring out a One Shot, One Kill. Steve, what do you got, bud?
Smoking the West Tampa Circle of Life, San Andreas wrapper, Nicaraguan binder and filler. It's a collaboration between Rick Rodriguez of West Tampa and Ernesto Carrillo with Costa Carrillo.
Yep. Yeah, that's a couple good guys there. Yeah, that's a great cigar. If you haven't had one of those, it's very reminiscent of a Liga Privada number 9. Better, in my opinion, for a couple different reasons. It's a little bit more subtle, better profile, but it's also cheaper. Not by a whole lot, but it is cheaper. It's definitely, it's some of those early number 9s. It kind of reminds me of that. And so excited. Kind of dealer's choice today. We've been smoking the same things, but a little bit of a dealer's choice on what we're smoking today. Kind of all different makes and models here, right?
yeah.
Lynn, tell us a little bit about what's going on, brothers.
Oh man, let me just tell you, it's been a nice go at it. We started in July. Me and the wife have been wanting to get into the cigar business, but every time we try to get in anywhere, it's like $100,000, $200,000 just to get started, and it was just, we didn't have that kind of money. And we come across something. My son sent it to me. It was a trolley that was down in just south of Nashville, about 100 miles, Tullahoma area. And the guy had been doing cigars, and his health got bad, so he couldn't do it anymore. And he priced it to me. Matter of fact, that's where this cigar came from, for a good price. And we are slowly getting built up, hoping in the next month or two to actually have it on the road. It's actually, you can follow us on Facebook. It's SAR Dawg. It's DAWG Cigar Trolly. For the locations, we'll be booking out for private events, like bachelor parties, poker nights. You don't want to smoke up your house, give us a call. We come out, set up.
Pull the trolley up front. And
bring the trolley up front.
Yep.
And it's all nice inside. I'll provide some pictures for the guys to put up there. The name, SAR, S-A-R, if you're in the Navy, you know what that stands for. It's Search and Rescue. I did that for about 14 years while I was in the Navy, along with a lot of other things. But that one really touched my heart because I had a lot of friends. We have a motto in Search and Rescue, so others may live. Every time we jump in the water or go down the line to rescue somebody, we're willing to give our lives up so that person could get back to their family.
That's powerful. That's great. And you know, when you first started it, and named it SAR Dawg. I kind of knew some of your history, knew some of your service history, and I thought, man, what an awesome tribute to that mission of your life, to the guys that you served with, to say, hey, this is my passion right now, cigars, and being in the industry. But it's not the only passion I've had in my life, and to bring those two passions together is really a huge deal. One thing you just touched on that I'd like to circle back around to is the cost of getting in this industry is ridiculous. I know some of the conversations you had. We're not going to talk about them on here. You even had a conversation with us at one point as we were starting Cigar Church. One thing about Lynn, I'm going to throw you under the bus.
That's fine.
Lynn's an ordained pastor as well, and has served in many just amazing capacities in ministry. And when we opened this up, I knew that some passions aligned there, and things just didn't really work out. But at that exact same time, this trolley came up, and it's cool, man. I love this trolley. There's been a number of my friends in the industry that have been talking about doing a mobile cigar lounge, but nobody's been able to pull it off. Nobody's pulled the trigger and bought a mobile cigar lounge. And so I just love that as God has developed a passion for you, not just to be a cigar smoker and in the lounge, to be a part of the industry, that doors you hoped would open were closed on you. And not in a malicious way by God, but because God had something else in store. And there's a patience there that we don't often understand in our faith, that, God, I thought this was, I really got excited about this. God, why didn't you give this to me? Why didn't you do this for me? And it's because oftentimes we try and shortchange God on what blessing. Think about some of the opportunities that you thought had opened to you to be a part of somebody else's thing. Now this is your thing. And you get full control, and you get to honor God with it the way that He's intended for you to be in this industry. And I'm excited, dude. I hope that's coming through, because when you first bought that, I mean, it was almost like I jumped for joy when I heard about that. That was just such a really cool thing. And so we're going to put some pictures on the screen as we're talking about this. Maybe some of them have already come up that he's provided. Go check out SAR Dawg Cigar Trolly on Facebook for sure. Where else can they find you?
Right now we're on Facebook. I've got a couple of other media accounts right now that are escaping my mind, but they're definitely going. My wife's doing a lot of the promo for it, so she's going to come up with I'm not as literate as I'd like to be. So.
Right. But that's a good thing that you got her.
Got her, yeah. She's
definitely is good.
She's my neck muscle. She turns my head where I need to turn it.
There you go. There you go. Dan's going to put a bunch of that in the description, so that if you're looking for it, you can find it down in the description below. You have, as our viewership, you have been so generous and good to us. Be the same for him. If you love our channel, if you love our show, go over and follow him on all forms of social media and support what Lynn's doing, because we want this to be a major success for the glory of God.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Very cool. You guys have any questions for Lynn on the cigar trolley? I've got a really big one, but I want to see if you guys have any first.
Well, you already stole one of them, or he.
The name.
I asked him about the name, and he already tackled that one.
When are we road tripping, man? That's what I want to know. Is let's load that sucker up, and what's the legalities? I don't know what the legalities of you going across state lines with a tobacco
I don't
truck.
know. I'd want to go cross state lines at 53 mile an hour.
Is that as fast as it'll go?
That thing's governed. I ain't got to worry about a speeding ticket. It's 53 mile an hour. That's with a Detroit pincher, they call it. The 8.2 liter Detroit in it. That thing will suck some diesel down.
No, I bet. Really, the point of it is to pull it up somewhere like a food truck.
Right.
And pull up and serve people in a location, not road trip from here to Dallas, right?
Yeah, right now it's capacity is like 8 to 10 people comfortably. But the plans are to possibly pull it up like to Lake Hefner and put tables out, live music, and in the fall of the year when it's nice and you get that sunset on the lake, smoking a nice fine cigar, and
Dude,
just
I'm looking forward to that.
And just chill out and enjoy what cigars bring to everybody.
My question is, are you going to be the live music?
No. When I was the pastor of the church, our music leader was like 90-something years old when he finally retired. and that left me doing all the praise and worship. And the only tune you can get out of me is in a bucket, throwing it over a hill far away.
I love that. And you're speaking to my heart as a pastor, because that's, as a lead pastor, like, you do whatever has to be done, right? And it terrifies me to not have a worship leader, not have somebody. I've joked about it. I can't sing and clap at the same time. I cannot carry a rhythm. I've got an okay voice. It's not a good voice. It's an okay voice, but I can't carry a rhythm at all. And God forbid the day comes that I've got to get up there and lead worship too.
But the great thing about that is God just wants to know your joyful heart.
I know, but I'm still pretty self-conscious about it. So
that's the only way I got through it. Is like he knows my heart, and
absolutely,
and he's getting joy out of this.
And we actually said something about that today at church, that it doesn't matter if you can sing. It's a joyful noise to the Lord when you worship Him, and that's awesome. So, dude, I'm so proud of you, man. I really am. And men don't say that enough to each other. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of your passion. I'm excited to see what God's going to do through the trolley. We're actually going to have the trolley come up here to Cigar Church Lounge in the near future. We're still working out some details, just timing wise and all that. We might wait for the better weather this spring, but we want to highlight that in person so our guys can see it. We'll be talking about that on the channel. We'll be throwing it out there on social media, and hopefully you'll be able to get exposed to the trolley before then. But if not, we'll get that out there so you can come and see it at Cigar Church Lounge. Dude, it's awesome. I'm excited for you. I'm one of those guys that there's just not enough cigar things in the industry. Right. Somebody opened up a cigar lounge right next door, I'm going to be excited about that. It's not competition.
No.
It's all one brotherhood. It's all one family that we need to support each other.
Absolutely.
And so, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. So let's talk about something out of the scripture. We were actually, before the show, we're just lucky that Lynn was up here. We weren't expecting him to be on the show, but he came up here to donate the cigars for last week, and we just said, hey, let's get you on the show. Let's bring you in. And so before we start taping, we started just talking about scripture. And a text that he brought up that really hit him last night, that is an amazing text we find in John 3. Now, I got to explain something very quickly. This is the Gospel of John, not 1st or 2nd and 3rd John. And it is written by the Apostle John, but we're going to talk about John the Baptist. So if there's not enough Johns yet in this conversation, just follow along. This is the Gospel of John written by the Apostle John, but this story is about John the Baptist. And it starts in chapter 3 in verse 20, my old eyes, verse 22. It says this: After this, Jesus and his disciples went into the Judean countryside, and he remained there with them and was baptizing. John also was baptizing at Antioch, near Salem, because water was plentiful there, and people were coming and being baptized, for John was not yet put in prison. Now a discussion arose between some of John's disciples and a Jew over purification. They came to John and said to him, Rabbi, he who was with you across the Jordan, to whom you bore witness, look, he is baptizing, and all are going to him. And so this disciple is expressing some concern. And this disciple is excited about his rabbi, John the Baptist. He's excited about what his rabbi's doing. And we know now, looking back, that all of John's ministry was making straight the way before the Lord, and all of his ministry was to point to Jesus. The Messiah had come, and maybe his disciples didn't quite understand that yet. And his disciples are coming to him and saying, "Hey, this guy is over here. Yeah, you pointed him out. You said this is the Lamb of God, but he's getting a lot of guys over there that they're baptizing. His disciples are baptizing, and what gives? Why? We're not baptizing as many because they're going over there." And it's just this tension, right? And John the Baptist's response is beautiful. Verse 27 is the key verse here. It says, John answered, "A person cannot receive even one thing unless it is given him from heaven." I love and hate that text at the exact same time. Because we're men. You have served. We have done big things in our life. We have built things. We have started businesses. We have planted churches. We have done all of these things. And sometimes we puff our chest out and say, "Look at us and what we are doing." Mm-hmm. And as John the Baptist's follower, his disciple comes to him, or multiple disciples come to him and say, but what about us? Why aren't we getting this attention anymore? And why don't you go tell him, or go, bring them back over here? John brings this beautiful truth out. There's nothing that we have. A person cannot receive even one thing unless it's given to him from heaven, from the Father above. What are your thoughts on that? We talked about generosity last week.
Yeah.
We can't outgive God, is my first thought.
Yeah.
When we talk about everything we have, whether that's the ability to work, to the ability to do the things we're doing, the ability to have passion about something, none of that is possible without what God has already given us. So maybe the question is universally, what has God given us?
Everything.
Everything. But what are some of those specifics? I mean, to start off, he's given us life.
Yeah.
Just creation of this world, just creation of us, he's given us life. But more specifically, what has he given to us?
I mean, I think also the ability to have a relationship with him. You know, I mean, we're different as far as religions are concerned because there's no other religion that focuses on relationship with your God. It's always fulfilling some kind of a obligation or, you know, trying to earn your way into that. And I think one of the things that God set out to do was to make to help us to understand that the whole point of our existence is relationship. Relationship with him, relationship with each other. And he's given us that as a free gift, not something that we have to aspire, okay, well, if I do so many things and bathe in this river 3 times, you know, I might be able to have a relationship eventually. You know, he gave that as a free gift, and that's what Jesus opened up for us, became that sacrifice, and in the resurrection gave us the opportunity to spend eternity with God, not just relationship in our lives, you know, to help us out, if you will, but an eternal relationship that we'll always have.
You said something there that I absolutely love, and it reminded me of the first chapter of John, just 2 chapters earlier, that God wants to have a relationship with us, and that's what sets us apart from other religions. And what's beautiful about that is if you look at every single other religion, every major religion, there might be an obscure religion out there that has stolen this idea. But John 1:14 tells us, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory as the one and only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. In Christianity, not only does God want to have a relationship with us, but what sets it apart is that he came to us and doesn't expect us to get to him. And that's one of those beautiful things, truths that we forget about Christianity, is that in our darkness, the Word became flesh, and in the rest of John chapter 1, it talks about light in the darkness, that his light came into the world and darkness can't overcome it. And so one of the beautiful things that he has given to us is his presence with us, not just us trying to pursue him. He's pursuing us, and I absolutely love that. So what else has God given us?
Our friends.
Our friends, absolutely.
You know, that takes me back to the naming of the trolley. I mean, the search and rescue crewmen that I've known through my life, willing to die for others that they didn't even know. At that time, I was a heathen out there chasing the world, chasing my flesh, and yet he put these people in my life that I didn't think would impact me today. And Mike Burt, one of my dear friends, was a search and rescue crewman on the USS Cole bombing. That was in October of 2020. And I met him shortly after that. Fit as a fiddle, 6'6", I mean, just a bigger than life kind of person. And that actual occurrence killed him 25 years ago, but it hadn't caught up with him till now. All the chemicals in the water, and now he's got all 3 stages of MS, all on top of each other. And he's still defying the doctors, and he's alive. And he went from being a heathen like me to serving in church.
I love that.
And so God gave us everything, even though when we thought it was bad, he gave that to us to shape us for his future use.
And that takes us back to a couple of episodes ago where we were talking about suffering and going through trials, and oftentimes in the midst of that suffering, a lot of people shake their fist at God. So a lot of people blame God, but the truth is He's shaping us and making us stronger to see Him and to see His goodness, not to be beat down by Him, but to see His goodness and realize what a good God He is. And that's an awesome story, man. That's an awesome story. How else have we been blessed by God? If it literally says a person cannot receive even one thing unless it's given to him from heaven, I mean,
Well, our gifts, like your gift, both y'all's gift to preach.
Yeah, and don't downplay it, man. In our early days of Cigar Church, man, I love your back patio devotionals, and God's given you a voice. And just because you're not on stage, I mean, some Sundays I'm going to call you up, I think, and have you preach instead of me. But I think God's given every one of us a voice to speak towards Him and to people. But here's what I love about this, about the context of that statement. John, by the world standards, had every right to get defensive when Jesus showed up. But by God's standards, His purpose was to point to Jesus. And when He started losing popularity with the people and Jesus started to gain popularity, He leaned into that. Because that's when Scripture talks about that I must decrease, as Paul said, so that He may increase. That's exactly what we see John the Baptist doing and modeling that for his students.
He's my model. I mean, everybody likes to say Job or Paul, but John the Baptist is the one that I prayed that I would emulate more if I was going to emulate anybody. Because his humility. He wasn't looking for fame, looking for fortune. He was living in the desert eating wild locusts and wild honey. And had a camel hair clothing. I mean, how much more humble can you get?
Right. Which freed him up to do exactly what God called him to do, to say exactly what God called him to say, and not be tied to other things.
And he was bold.
That's awesome.
Even standing in front of the king, he was bold in it.
Hey, if you are watching this and want to put in the comments below something that God has blessed you with, something that He has given you, and maybe even do a little bit of soul searching and look at that you recognize it's a blessing, put how God expects you to use it. And He's blessed you to bless others, as we said last week. But when John the Baptist is telling a student that not a single thing you've ever been given didn't come from heaven, when we acknowledge that, we recognize that there's a heavenly purpose for that as well. And so if God has blessed you with something, put it there, but also put how you can use it for His glory, to bring glory to Him. Other thoughts, gentlemen?
I mean, I was sitting here thinking about it when we were talking about gifts. I mean, but also venues, like the trolley. This channel is a great, I mean, it's sometimes He gives you things that may be unconventional, to reach people that wouldn't be reached by normal channels. And I find that I'm eternally grateful for that. The fact that He brought us into each other's lives to enrich, things that we do in ministry to reach other people. I mean, it's an amazing, it's an orchestration, if you will, that only God Himself can do. Because He brings people together with talents and different things and makes things happen that, 5 years ago, you said, okay, one of these days you're going to be on a channel smoking a cigar talking about Jesus.
With how introverted you are.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a very introverted guy. I know you can't tell.
And what's cool about that is just how God orchestrated our meeting the very first time when at Omerta Cigar Lounge here on the south side of Oklahoma City, just running into each other in the lounge one day and being on a Wednesday and having our Bible study there, and how that one chance encounter has put all this together. And same with the two of us. You came in on a Wednesday one day and we did Bible study, and you gave some great insight into that Bible study. I'm like, this guy's got a little bit more to him than just the average cigar smoker. And we've struck up a great friendship because of that. And so, I mean, it's just awesome how God moves through events like this, as big as John the Baptist story and as simple as our story. And we absolutely love that. So, and
I'll expand that even more. Several viewers that we've got to meet over the years that have enriched us and blessed us, and cigar manufacturers and heads of companies and viewers that just watch us and are encouraged.
shop owners and everybody
it's
else.
amazing to me because it's God orchestrating and bringing everything together.
Yeah.
And I'm eternally grateful for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And on a lighter note, I'm eternally grateful that there's somebody on the show with a shorter beard than me. I appreciate that. It looks good though, man. But the problem is in 1 month, yours is going to be longer than everybody else's here. His grows so fast. It's unreal. It's unreal. As I said earlier, guys, if there's something that God has blessed you with, put it in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you and engage with you on that.
One last blessing that I've got to share, man.
Good.
I wouldn't be sitting here if it wasn't for the salvation. The best gift I could ever be given is my salvation.
Amen.
I'm born from death to life.
Mic drop right there.
I mean, it's just what I was to who I am today. Total different person. Ask my wife, ask my friends. And I've lost a few friends on account of it.
Absolutely.
But I keep praying for them, keep reaching out to them, and if it's God's will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not my timing; it's His timing.
Yeah.
So,
this is just playing off of that timing deal. In my life, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the way I do ministry or the way that I interact with people. There's something about 4 years. There's been a lot of relationships that with good friends of mine that when we meet, I'm just like, this guy's a heathen, and that's not judgment. That's just who they are, and so about that 4-year mark is when I really start to see changes in their lives and them taking God seriously and engaging with Scripture and that. And so I just say that to say, don't give up on your friends when they see what God has done in your life. It may take a little bit of time. It may happen immediately. It may not. It may happen over 4 years. It may happen over 10 years. We don't know. But just be patient with God and be patient with your friends, and they'll be able to see that blessing as well. So very cool, guys. How's the cigars doing?
It's a good, solid cigar.
Yeah. Anybody got a bum cigar on them today?
no.
No, these are great.
It's funny. I have not smoked a lot of warped. And this one's been kind of the sleeper in my humidor. It's been sitting in there for a while, and I've enjoyed it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's
Good deal. Good
creamy, an oak flavor to it, man, it's a good stick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yours doing well?
Oh yeah, very good.
Yeah, smoking. We didn't say anything on the camera, but there was a blemish on the wrapper of that looks like something had hit it. It wasn't a problem in the wrapping. The quality of the smoke, it didn't give you any trouble. It didn't give you a weird burn.
Would never notice.
Dude, that means it was a well-built cigar. It just looked like it had some trauma. Something had hit it, either at the lounge that you bought it from or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that turned out all right for you. I was kind of worried about that.
You should be, because it came from this place.
Yeah, that happens. That happens. So very good. And this One Shot One Kill is just amazing. Edgar does such a great job with his cigars. One of the best blenders out there that a lot of people don't talk about, and absolutely love it. Good job, Edgar, on this cigar. What do we got to say at the end here, guys?
Well, if you like what you watch, some of you watch and hit that subscribe button. You be generous with the subscribe.
There you go.
Because that really helps us, helps the channel, helps us get out there, and tickle that bell icon to be notified when we drop new videos, and like and share the videos as you watch them, because that helps as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you got any prayers, send them to contactcigarchurch@gmail.com or stevecigarchurch@gmail.com.
Absolutely, and make sure you follow SAR Dawg Cigar Trolly on all forms of social media. That will benefit him and the mission that he has, the passion that he has, because it will get more exposure. If you don't understand how the algorithms work in social media, the more following, the more sharing, the more liking that you do, sends it to the top, makes it more visible. Even if you're in a different state or whatever, it will still benefit him. If you can't come here and buy cigars from him or rent him out for an event, at least get on there and hit him up on social media. Lynn, thank you, brother, for being on here. I'm just excited about what you're doing. Glad we're able to highlight it and
thanks for your service as well.
Yeah, brother. Yeah,
Thank you.
Good deal. All right, guys. As always, smoke a fine cigar to the glory of God, and we will see you next week.